Hey, Professor Finch, how are you? This is Kevin DeLeon with Cengage Learning. You had a couple questions for me about MindTap, so I thought it would be easiest if I made this video for you to answer them. So your first question was about creating or editing quizzes and maybe changing some of the settings from like easy to hard, that kind of stuff. So anytime you want to edit any of the quizzes, you're going to come here to this See Now app. This powers all the quizzes. Okay, so go ahead and click into it. And for an example, I'll choose this quiz right here. Actually, one of the other questions you have is if you can print the quizzes, and you can. All you do is go into the See Now app, you find the quiz, and you click print. And that's pretty much all that you do. If you want to edit the quizzes, you can click this edit button, okay? And you're going to get these options. Editing the information is like editing the title of the quiz. Editing the options is about like if you want to change the point values or how many takes they get or if it's timed or if it's practice, those types of things. And then if you want to edit the content, that would be here. That would be editing the questions. So if there are more difficult questions that you want to add or easier ones you add or take away, either way, you can do that here. As well. So I'll hop into the options here real quick just to show you what they look like, okay? Keep in mind, we've been having a couple of technical difficulties with this app recently, so if it's a little slower than normal, just know that we're working on it, and they should be fixed pretty soon. Okay, so this is just that one quiz. It looks like it's called What Do You Know About Campaigning for Office? Okay, so you can come in here and you can change all kinds of things. How many takes they get for the assignment, if it's timed or unlimited time, okay, what the score is. If you want to make it practice, because they are all defaulted to counts towards grade, you would click this, and instead of it saying counts towards grade, it would say practice for the students, okay? If they're allowed multiple attempts, what scores do they get? Do they get the best one, the last one? What do they get? Okay. These questions and feedback are for, well, the questions here are for if you have students taking them in like a computer lab, if you want to shuffle the questions, those types of things. If you want to give any feedback to them, there are some options there as well. And then also maybe any submission feedback. So that's where that is. So make your changes and click done to get to those, okay? In terms of making anything easier to harder, okay, you'd come in here and click edit and go to edit assignment content and click continue. Some of the questions will have areas where you can choose how difficult the questions are. So if you come into like this quiz, for instance, this one, it looks like is a video quiz. This is the one that I chose, but the workflow is all the same. So I'm going to come here and let's say I wanted to edit some of the questions. Okay. I could come to, well, I'll tell you what, let me go back out. Let me choose a different quiz for the content. It'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, how about a wrap it up quiz? So I'll click edit on the wrap it up quiz, edit assignment content, click continue. Okay, so here we go. So these are the questions involved here, okay? And at this point, you're kind of done. But if you wanted to edit them, you could delete them, okay? And then you could also add additional ones, okay? If you wanted to add different questions after deleting, you could delete or add or both. You'd come down here to the bottom and say add more questions. Okay? At this point, we're going to ask you where you want to pull your content from. This is a wrap it up chapter 1 quiz. So this is where it's pulling all the content from because it's an already built quiz, okay? But if you collapse this, you'll be able to see the test bank here. There's actually another test bank here as well. And also other homework activities. These are video quizzes that you can choose from. So just as an example here, I'll choose this test bank for chapter 1 since we're talking about the chapter 1 wrap it up quiz. and then you'll click Update to include that information. Okay? So you'll see here that the difficulty is moderate. Okay, if I had chosen more questions from different chapters, it might give me options to just show other levels of difficulty like easy, moderate, or hard. In this case, there's only moderate level questions here. I can take out the manual graded ones if I wanted, and if I did any of these changes, I would then click Filter to make those changes apply. Okay, and then I'm going to have 51 questions to choose from. If I don't want to look through all 50, I can change that 50 to 10 or anything like that, and it will choose 10 random questions from not only this Wrap It Up, because I have it selected here, but also this Chapter 1 test bank, okay? And then I would click Continue. So now I have all the questions that were included in my original quiz, and if I want to add other ones, I can click this box and select Include, okay? And I can continue to do that or delete over here to make the quiz that I want. Okay. As I click on questions, you'll see them preview down here so that you can see what, what you're working with, to see what questions are available. If you like what you've done in terms of changes, you can click Done. If you're not, you can go back to add more questions, and you can choose different content areas to pull questions from. Okay. So I hope that that makes some sense. Okay. So if you have created a quiz or a test that's different, okay, I want to show you how to add it. Okay, so I'm going to come into the See Now app here and actually create a test from scratch, and I'll answer your question about how to place content in as well. Okay, it looks like it's just a little slow. In any case, the way that you do it is you come up here, you click create a test, and you go through the same workflow that I just showed you. Oh, here it comes. Create an assignment, test, continue. Maybe we'll call this example 1. And then I can choose where I want to pull information from, just like before. In this case, maybe I want to make a chapter 1 test, just chapter 1. Okay, I'll click continue. Again, I don't want any manual graded, so I'll unclick that and click the filter button to make those changes apply. And now there's 51 questions. I'll look through all of them. Okay, so I'll click continue. And then I'm going to select a whole bunch of these to come over because I want them all. I'm going to include them. Here we go. If I wanted to add more questions or different questions, I could come back here and do so. But I'll click continue. I'm going to make these settings. I like the way they're all set, but you could change them, and I'll click create test. Once the test is created, it now lives inside of See Now. Here it is. Oh, I'll search for it. Example 1. There it is. See? Here it is. And I can print it, I can save it, I can edit it, I can delete it. Okay? So that's how you do all those things. Okay? But now that it's created, I want to get it inside of MindTap. So if I want to put it inside of a chapter, I'll go inside of the chapter and come to the plus button and add an activity. If I don't want it inside of a chapter, if I want it at this level, I'll go to this level like I just did, and again go to the plus and select add activity. I'll then choose the See Now homework app. And once it comes up, I'm going to find my item. So here it is. Okay. I'll click continue. It's going to ask me about what settings I have. I'm going to keep them, but I could change them if I wanted to. Okay. Now I want to put it somewhere. So I'm going to change the order because it's going to put it all the way at the bottom. I'm going to have it after, before chapter 2, so after chapter 1. And I'll click save. And there it is. Here's my test. Okay, so to answer one of your other questions about adding content into the ebook specifically, I will go into one of the ebooks. So I'll come into chapter 1. I'll open up the chapter reading for the ebook. Okay, here we go. Okay, once I'm inside the ebook, now you can edit inside of the chapter, the ebook for each chapter link, but you cannot add content into this book here. Okay, you have to come over here. And when you do so, I want you to go to the page of where you want to add content. So let's say it is on this page here, okay? I'm gonna click this pencil, and when I do so, I'm gonna see all these orange circles, okay? So I'm gonna choose where I want it. You can see that red line show up. I want it right there after that paragraph, okay? And then I'm gonna have an activity list here that I can add. Maybe I want a web video, a YouTube video. I can click YouTube, or if I wanted a web link, I could have chose web link. Or if I wanted my own content, like you've asked here in your question, I would come to My Content. Select Google Drive. I'd have to sign in with my Google Drive account. Okay, if you don't have one, maybe you just make one up. I have one. Click Next. Sign in. Okay, allow. Okay. And then I can look through different items and I can upload straight from my computer. Okay, so pretty cool. So that's your own content. If I wanted to do a video or a web link or a See Now activity, like we already talked about, you can choose those. But I'll choose a web link, a video, and I'll look for Donald Trump because I'm sure he's a, I'm sure, oh, they'll find it anyway. So I'll do this one. It's only 3 minutes. If you want to preview it, you can click this link here. You can click continue. And you can call this Trump Says China. And then at the bottom here, you might say, this will be on the test. Continue. Okay. And so then my video is going to appear in the place that I've put it. At least it should. Let's try it again. Okay, it should be right here. Maybe there's a glitch going on, but that's exactly how you do it. If you're experiencing some trouble, let me know. I will run that up the poll because that's exactly how it should work. Okay, one of your other questions was how to place MindTap content into other menus, tabs of Blackboard, assignments, course readings. So I will show you that now. So we're going to go into Blackboard, okay? So you can put any type of MindTap link from anywhere in MindTap, anywhere into any of these folders, okay? And I will show you how to do it. The workflow is the same. It just depends on what content area you are in, okay? So I'm gonna click on content here, but I could have clicked on discussions or groups or information or anything. Maybe I'll actually click on information, so there's nothing in there. So for you, you probably go to partner content and click commercial content. You could also click tools and click on the Cengage Learning Mind Links link, up to you. When you're in here, you're gonna click into here, but it might just show you, it may not even take you there, it might just take you to this content source. And you're gonna find your course. It's gonna have an orange thing where it says linked to course. So mine is not linked to course already. So it's gonna make me create one. Maybe I can copy from a course. Here we go. Demo, oops, typed it wrong. You will not have to do this. You have already created your course. Okay, so now that the link is going to be in here, which yours already are, so again, you will skip this step. Okay, you're going to come to partner content, go to commercial content, click this link, Cengage Learning Mind Links course, and you're going to select your book, which mine, I have here we go. So yours will look just like this. It will say linked to course. Okay. And then from here, you can select anything that you like. So maybe I want this wrap it up quiz to come over. So I'm going to select it. And I could select anything else. Maybe I want, for some reason, this chapter 14 wrap it up quiz too. And maybe I also want the tech support link to come over. And I'll confirm the selections and I'll save. It's going to ask me where I want it. I already told it. So here we go. So here are the links. But maybe I want to put some other links in a different page. So maybe we'll go to content now. And we'll go to partner content, commercial content, just like before. Click on the link. Okay. Select my book. And here I come again. So now maybe I want all of chapter 2 to come over. Okay, a link for that. And I'll click save. And I'll click submit. And here I go. Here it is, chapter 2, the Constitution. You can open it and launch right into it. Okay, so I hope that that helps. Your last question here was about creating study guides. I can create them, but they cannot be placed into Blackboard. If you want to create them, this is how you do it. You come into your Study Hub app. Looks like this, all the way at the bottom with the yellow highlighter. You click on it. And your study guide. So click on this button that says create a study guide. Okay, you got to name it. I like using example 1, so we're going to use that again. And then you have to select a unit or units. So maybe you want chapter 1, and you want all the key terms, any custom flashcards you've made, and if you have shared any notes or highlights with your students, you want them to come too. Okay, and you can add the unit to the guide. And maybe you wanted chapter 2 also, and you want all those items. Add unit to guide and create a study guide. Here it is. Click on it. And when you do that, it will share to all of your students as well. So here they all are. Now, if you want to share your highlights and notes, go into the ebook. Okay. Highlight whatever you want and select this orange shared highlight. And that's how you share a highlight. And for a note, select something else and click add a note. Try that again. Add a note. Something might be glitchy. In any case, a note will pop up. And there will be a box at the bottom that says share the note. And you can type the note. And when you do that in your Study Hub app, you'll see your notes and highlights, the second tab here, that you have shared a note. A highlight. And so it says shared with students. And if you do them before you create the study guide, they'll be included on your study guide. Okay, so I hope that this helps. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help.